Hi, it's BJ from Optimal Life Fitness. Today we're going to have a look at two types of kettlebell swings. The first swing is what we term as our introductory swing, and it's the swing that's given to the everyday population. It's a hip dominant exercise, really engages the posterior chain nicely, so that's the hamstrings, glutes and lower back, and it gets the knees and hips extending simultaneously, so a fantastic exercise. I'll demonstrate one with two hands to start off with. So that was the introductory swing. Again, a great exercise for getting people started. Apply of force is down through the feet into the floor, and it's channeled through the hips, and it's propelling the bell forwards and outwards. So it's a great place for people to start. You start people with small amount of repetitions, 10 repetitions, etc. So yeah, get swinging. Now we're going to have a look at the sports style swing, which is a swing that has more athletic transfer, and you might progress your clients or yourself to a sports style swing once they've already mastered that initial swing that we've already seen. The sports style swing channels movement from the back of the foot to the front of the foot, and it's more of a scooping pattern where you're more of a hip and knee drives, similar to the second pull in Olympic lifting. So we'll have a look at that now, and hopefully you'll see the difference. We'll now have a look at three common errors that people make with the swing. The first, which I'll demonstrate in a second, the first one is more of a squat pattern, so more of a knee dominant exercise. Squats are fantastic exercises, but they're not swings. Swings should be a hip dominant exercise, however you perform them. Another mistake is that people end up swinging the bell too high. It ends up becoming more of a back dominant exercise. The hips should still extend, but it shouldn't come from the lower back. The lower back should maintain its position, so you can extend your hips without your lower back tipping over. And the third mistake is that at the bottom of the swings, people will almost stop. And some of these go hand in hand, so they end up stopping, and then ends up being more of a front raise. So I'll show you the first common error that I feel one of the biggest problems with people's swings, the squat swing. Now again, squats are great exercises, but they're not swings. If you're going to swing, swing. Second exercise, or the second mistake where people go wrong with the swing, I've already demonstrated, is they pull kind of high, which I was doing then. Again, those things go hand in hand. The swing really shouldn't look like that, because again, it's a squat pattern. But you also, on the extension of the hips, end up hyper extending through your lower back and not just extending through your hips. And another, again, mistake. Third thing, and again, it's already been solidly demonstrated, is that the back part of the movement, people almost decelerate or stop completely. One of the best ways to make amends with those three errors is to make sure that the swing is hip dominant, and that you're projecting the bell and your hips as far forward as you can. And then in turn, make sure you're extending through your hips, not through under spine. You're not getting too worried about pulling the bell too high. That'll come later. Make sure you get your hips right first, and make it a hip dominant exercise. The rest will follow. Okay, we're now going to have a look at three ways that can make your swings, your cleans, and your kettlebell lifting in general safer and more efficient. They all have to do with grip and hand position of where your hand is in relation to the bell. First one we're going to look at is grip. And it's really important to get what's known as a finger lock, and that's the thumb pushing over the top section of that index finger. So almost making an OK sign. There you go. OK. Right. And that's guaranteed to save your hands. When you're catching the bell on the downswing, it pushes into that lock, so you can rely on that lock instead of gripping the bell too tightly into your palm and often ripping your hand. So it's quite important thing to get a grip of. Okay, where you hold onto the bell too becomes really important. You hold the bell in the thumb and finger corner, not in the pinky corner. So that's that corner there, and that's where you place the finger lock into there. Essentially, that's how you swing the bell. Okay, the next thing we're going to have a look at, so that's important for when you're swinging, cleaning and snatching the bell. The next thing we're going to have a look at is hand position. In the clean and in the snatch, the bell should sit, so it should move from that part of your hand, should sit diagonally across the heel of your hand, heel of your palm. That means just mechanically when it's into this position and also above your head, falls along the line of gravity, which is right through there. Martial artists and even football players out there will know that's the best place to offer a handoff or a palm, right through there. So I'll demonstrate a couple of cleans because it demonstrates both those positions. So I've got my finger lock, I'm catching the bell onto the heel of the hand. So it's coming over diagonally, there's no space. Where it should sit, right down, my wrist is relaxed, it's neither flexed or extended, there's no gap there. So when I move into overhead positions as well, again it falls right over my shoulders in that line of gravity, right over that wrist. That becomes crucial, something you need to start thinking about and working on now. So I'll perform a couple more cleans. Finger lock, heel of my hand. Finger lock, heel of my hand. Finger lock, back onto the heel.